So I thought we'd talk about some best practices for shopping online sight unseen when it comes to secondhand items. I got asked this question and I thought, this would be a great topic for a podcast. So here we go. If I was to buy a guitar sight unseen and it was secondhand, the first question I'd ask the seller is, what condition are the frets in? Have they been fret dressed? Because these two things will have probably the biggest impact on the guitar. If the frets are worn down completely, it means, you may either have to have them replaced or they'll need to be fret dressed, which can be expensive if you don't do it yourself. Fret dressing can sometimes also reduce the height of the frets if they've already been worn, and then you get them dressed, if you know what I mean. So, I would definitely ask about fret dressing and the condition of the frets. If you ask for some close-up photos of the frets, if it's not too much of a hassle, just ask them, see if they can do that, because that will give you a good indication of their height. Also ask what type of frets are on the guitar. If they're vintage ones and they're slightly worn, it might put you off actually buying it. Another way to kind of ensure your safety when shopping online is to use PayPal. If the item doesn't turn up, or if something is wrong with it when it arrives, it was out of the description, you can then generally raise a dispute and have the item returned. Now, on eBay, for example, sellers can opt not to accept returns, but through the PayPal process, it still works. So that's just a food for thought there. It's something worth doing. If someone says, just put the money in my bank account, you'd be better off buying through PayPal just for the security, and you know that the transaction's been at least tracked rather than just dumping money in someone's account. So it can work both ways. If you know the person, it's different, but PayPal's great for that kind of stuff, which is why I use it all the time on my own website. If the pictures of whatever you're buying don't look great, ask for some better ones. See if you can get some better pictures. Another great tip for buying stuff online is if something's for sale in the same city as you or same area, for example, and no one bids on it, send the person a message and say, look, can I come around and check this out? And if I want it, can I buy it off you for this amount? Maybe their starting price, or maybe you can bargain with them and save yourself a few bucks that way. I did that with my PV Bandit. I watched it on eBay and it didn't sell at $175 or $185 or whatever the guy had it at. So I said to him, how about $160 or whatever I paid at the time? And he said, okay, sure. I said, all right, I'll come around, I'll check it out. If I like it, I'll give you cash. So, I tested it at his house. It worked great. Made sure all the controls worked properly, all that kind of stuff before I left. Reverb was good. There was no crackles or anything weird going on with the amp. And I knew, okay, this guy's a nice bloke. I can tell the amp's been taken care of. I'm not going to have any problems with this, or I shouldn't. Or if I do, it was just maybe the amp's time rather than it being like dead on arrival. I hope those tips helped. If you have any suggestions for buying online as well, leave all your comments on the YouTube video, or you can leave all your comments too at inthebluespodcast.com.